time. Li Ho, everybody.
Ni hao.
Very, very good to see you. And Mr. Chairman of the Prospect Foundation, Monsieur le Président de l'Assemblée Nationale, ministers, colleagues, friends, Ukrainian friends who are here. Thank you for this invitation. It's wonderful to be here in Taiwan at last, because until yesterday, I had only seen this country on my lockdown Peloton machine, which had a screen on the handlebars, giving me the illusion that I was cycling on the coastal path of Taiwan. And so for day after day, I was up on the top floor of number 10 Downing Street, puffing away on my exercise bike and watching the rain-slicked tarmac of Taiwan spool away in front of me. And I believed I was on this magic island. And I noticed everything. I noticed how beautiful it is. And I also noticed, by the way, how sheer, how vertical the cliffs are, and how difficult to attack, which is a point I think that deserves to be more widely noted. But I couldn't see any people, and I couldn't see the culture, and there were no clues as to Taiwanese society, except it all seemed very clean and very well organized. And it was irritating because I wanted to find out about the incredible Taiwanese triumph, which I believe will be in the key technology of the 21st century. And so I've come here really as a pilgrim and as an admirer from a distance of Taiwan, and as a total believer in AI and an addict of ChatGPT. And look, I don't mind if ChatGPT occasionally makes things up or gets things wrong, because it's so polite and so good for my ego. And imagine having a little friend who tells you every day, you had a brilliant and original idea. You're so clever, says ChatGPT. Me love you long time, says ChatGPT. And it's all free. It's absolutely fantastic. And far from fearing the future, I look forward to the day when artificial intelligence goes through the protected bourgeois professions like a whirlwind of fire, torching the ridiculous, time-consuming, and don't you agree? Time-consuming, expensive nonsense conveyancing, planning applications, way leaves, all this legal stuff. All this stuff that's been used to hold people like me to ransom for generations. And look, I mean, don't worry, all the people who do these jobs, you know, the accountants, lawyers, and so forth, they're going to get other jobs. It's going to be fine, because great technological change always ends up creating more well-paid jobs than it destroys. And we will solve the problem of social care workers, the shortage of social care workers, which we have in our country. Not with more immigrants, but with, I think, eventually ChatGPT. ChatGPT androids, reminding the elderly to take their pills in a tirelessly polite and deferential manner. AI is going to help humanity in millions of ways that we can only guess at right now. It's the biggest advance in cognitive power I've seen in my lifetime. It has the potential to be bigger than the internet, bigger than Gutenberg, bigger than print itself. And all of it is made possible by Taiwan, isn't it? It's true. As I'm sure you all know, about 95%, perhaps even 100% now, of the sophisticated microprocessors that are necessary for AI are made here through the genius of Taiwanese manufacturers' atomic-level precision in lithography and etching. I remember when I first became Prime Minister of the UK in 2019, I said, look, you know, I was aware of this thing. I said, look, we've got to catch up with Taiwan. We can't lag behind. I said to my officials, how much would it cost for us to build a fabrication plant here in the UK? And they said £9 billion to begin with. I thought, that seemed quite a lot. But I said, okay, right. And then they said, but even if we could do it on a reasonable timescale, we could not guarantee that our chips would be as good as Taiwan's, because year after year, the Taiwanese are getting better and better. And year after year, these Taiwanese chips put new distance between themselves and their competitors. And so, of course, I gave up the idea of the UK government trying to compete with you. And I've come here because I know that there is a fundamental reason why this miracle is taking place on this island and nowhere else in the world, or at any rate, a unique combination of factors. There's a strategic vision of the Taiwanese government. We just heard just now from President Lai, the companies themselves who are driven by constant desire to improve. But then there's the whole commercial environment of Taiwan, the spirit that you notice as soon as you get here, which you can't detect on your number 10 peloton, as I say. And it seems to me that there is a zing and an energy and an optimism here because this is a free country where everyone has the equal protection of the law, where you don't have to worry that someone is going to steal your intellectual property because you have security of IP, and where you don't have to bribe some party apparatchik to get a contract because, on the whole, corruption here is very low. And that freedom under the law gives people tremendous confidence to invest and to take risks, commercial risks, that they might not otherwise take, and therefore to innovate. And I think that is why Taiwan leads the world in what is currently the world's most important technology. And so, of course, it follows that it's vital, not just for Taiwan, but for the West, for my country, for the whole world, that we protect that freedom here in Taiwan. Because I think I can safely say after 24 hours that we have a miracle here in this country. A Chinese country of 24 million people where the population feels free, feels different, and feels a strong sense of Taiwanese identity. And as far as I understand things,